and welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to take you guys through kind of my everyday makeup routine. I am no makeup artist, that's for sure. In the mornings, it's just a way to give you an oomph. I have a lot of fun with it. So I'll take you through kind of the types of products I use, how I use them, and just kind of show you what I do. Okay, let's get to it. Okay, so I have put sunscreen all over my face, which is what I do every single day. Right now I'm just using one from Sephora called Juice Beauty. It's a super thick sunscreen, and I want something a little bit lighter. It's an oil-free sunscreen, but I don't know if you guys find this, but so many oil-free sunscreens are so oily. I wear sunscreen all year round. Even when it's raining and cloudy outside, I slather sunscreen on in the mornings. First thing I'm gonna do is a bit of a base just to even out my skin tone. I don't typically wear foundation every single day. I just like to keep it a little bit lighter. I do wear foundation for sure. It's just that a lot of days if I don't have a ton going on or I'm just at home, I'll definitely opt for something lighter. I typically really enjoy just a tinted moisturizer. So the one I'm going to use today is the Laura Mercier. I have the oil-free version. This one is really nice. I do really like it. I will say that in the winter months, I find this is too drying on my skin. So often I mix in kind of like a liquid highlighter. I'm going to use it today. Then I'm going to mix in Hocus Pocus Instant Visual Flaw Softening Illuminator. So this is just a drugstore product, and it's just basically like a liquid highlighter with not too much shine to it. It just kind of like adds some glow. I've read about this online from Alex Stainer, who is the beauty director of Glamour magazine, and her Instagram, if you really like beauty stuff, is great, so I would highly recommend. But yeah, she said that she really loved this product, and I've been really liking it so far. So I'm just going to do a drop, oh my gosh, that was way more than a drop, where I've put my drops of tinted moisturizer. Okay, now I'm going to blend it all together. I am going to use this foundation brush by Tarte. It's the Bamboo Airbrush, I believe. And this is a really nice one. It's a much cheaper option than other brands, so if you're looking for a good foundation brush, I would recommend this. Okay, so now I have a bit more of an even skin tone and a little bit more life to my skin. You know, I think one of the main reasons I put on makeup in the morning is to feel like refreshed and awake. You know, so often when you wake up, you're already groggy and tired, and then you look in the mirror and your face just like embodies all of your exhaustion. And I'm just like, no, if I looked in the mirror and I looked refreshed and awake, I would like be more apt to like take on the day, but it's never the case, is it? Because obviously you're tired, so your body's gonna show it. Now I'm gonna do some under eye concealer to attempt to hide my bags. Attempt being the key word there. I'm gonna use the Too Faced Born This Way concealer. This stuff is pretty underrated, I feel. I really enjoy it. I'm always searching for a concealer that is like heavy enough to cover up my bags, but light enough to not make it look cakey, because there's nothing I hate more than cakey concealer under the eyes. Like, that's the last place you want to feel cakiness. And I'm going to use a damp beauty blender to blend that in. I've been trying to go a lot lighter. Like, I used to press my beauty blender pretty hard on my face because it's a sponge, so it's never gonna hurt, and it's never hard. You just kind of like, I don't know, I naturally just like pressed way too hard. So now I'm trying to like be really light, because I do find, I mean, because the beauty blender is such an absorbent sponge, I find that like product gets lost in it quite often. So if you press a little bit lighter, not only is it nicer for your skin under your eyes, which is already so thin and sensitive, but I find it makes the product just work better with the sponge. It gives it a nicer finish. It takes a bit longer though. And then I just find that my chin gets a little dark on the side, so I often just put a little bit of concealer there to brighten that up. Okay, there we go. Next up, what am I gonna use? I think I'm gonna add some color to my face because as you can see, we are struggling with summer being over here. So I think I'm going to use this Nars liquid bronzer. This is the typical Laguna bronzer, just in liquid form. A friend of mine at work recommended this to me. This stuff is really beautiful, and look how much product you get. Like, that's a lot of liquid. I tend to just squirt some on my cheeks and be mindful that it does come out. If you push all the way down, it comes out a lot. I'm going to use my Tarte brush again just to blend this in on my cheeks. As you can see, it gives a lot of color. And Laguna is such a beautiful bronzer. On the daily, I find that especially if it's like it's becoming fall now, and so it's a little bit cooler, and I find my skin changes to the temperatures really, really quickly. And I find bronzers in the winter are not always working for me. Like sometimes they do, but this liquid option is a really nice just change, you know? I'm gonna do a little on my forehead actually. All right. Now I have a little bit more color. I feel a little bit more human. I don't wear a ton of makeup every day. I kind of have like my typical things that I do, which is what I wanted to show you guys. It's nothing crazy, it's nothing too exciting if I'm honest. But one thing I do is I don't do like eyeshadow and stuff every day. But I do like to line the lash line a little bit just to like open up my eyes ever so slightly. I find it really helps with mascara. So I'm going to use just a dark brown shadow. I'm just going to use a really small angled brush. Now, I'm very far from a mirror right now, so hopefully this works. But yeah, I just kind of like do it right along the lash line, and I find it does make quite a difference for me. Okay, there we go. Next up, I'm going to give my cheeks a little bit of color. Today I'm going to go for the Glossy Clad Paint in Puff. This stuff is really lovely. I was trying to decide what I wanted from Glossier, and I tried this on at the store, and it was so beautiful. So beautiful and so pigmented. Like I didn't expect it to be that pigmented. At first I put it like on my cheeks, but then like I don't know why I did this, but I like rubbed it around, and I had like blush like down to my jawline. It was very weird, but I learned that you only need the tiniest bit. So this might seem like a super small tube, but it's actually so much product. So I'm literally gonna use like this much product. I don't know if you can see that. So what I do is I like dab it in my index fingers together, and then I go to like the apples of my cheeks, and I sort of dab it around. Next, I'm going to do my brows. I'm going to use Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz. So I'm trying to grow out my eyebrows at the moment, and honestly, that process, I feel like people, if they see me up close, are probably like, that girl really doesn't take care of her brows, but I'm sure no one thinks that. It's a very self-indulgent thought of mine. Everyone's looking at me like thinking about my brows. Okay, so now for mascara. I have really long eyelashes, and whilst I love them being long, I hate putting on mascara. I'm actually quite shit at it. I would like lather up my lashes and they would get really like clumpy, and certain ones would like stick together, and then I would see people's beautiful eyelashes and they were like perfectly separated and they looked so beautiful. I'm not gonna say that what I'm about to do is the right way, because I definitely think, just like the hair on your head, we're bound to have different textures of eyelashes, right? Like some people will have thicker ones, some people will have thinner ones. So it totally depends what works for you. But if you're like me and you have thin-ish but really long eyelashes, and you feel like you've been slathering them up with mascara and it never really looks how you want it to look, give this a try. So first of all, the mascara I'm going to use is the Smashbox Full Exposure, because right now this is really working, but it's not like my holy grail. Oh my gosh, that is my favorite word. If you ever scroll through Sephora comments, almost every product that has like over a 4-star review, you will find people, without fail, who say the word holy grail. They use it so often. This is my HG. This is my holy grail product. And every time I try those products, they let me down. I think it's adorable. And I noticed that Sephora is full of HG terminology. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is take the mascara out and then I wiggle it at the end to like get the excess product off, because otherwise my lashes will like have the product from the very end of the spoolie and it goes everywhere. What I used to do is I used to brush down first and then up. What I started doing, and it works so much better, is I never do the top of the lashes anymore. Now it is a bit time consuming because when you go down and up, you're like lathering your lashes full of product. But try this out. And I just find it's way nicer for me. They don't stick together, which is my biggest pet peeve. And they look fuller. It is time consuming, I'm not gonna lie. It takes me a lot longer, but maybe it's because it's new to me. Yeah, there you go. So next up, I'm gonna do a little bit of a highlighter, just predominantly on my cheekbones. I do find that something like a Becca Opal, which I love, obviously everyone loves it. I love it for the nighttime. It's really intense during the day, and I don't want to be that girl who's like reflecting light off her cheekbones in the office at like 2 p.m. on a Wednesday. That's too much. I did finally find a highlighter. It gives me that exact like just slight highlight look. So at night I actually want something with a bit more oomph, but during the daytime it's perfect. So if you're like me and you've been trying to find something like that, check this out. This is the Benefit Watts Up, like the wattage of a light bulb, and it is fantastic. And all I do is I run it along my cheekbones. It's the simplest little guy. And then, personally, I just dab it in with my fingers. And it gives that perfect little shine. I'm really into it, clearly. Alright, so there you have it. I am just gonna set this. Setting spray is something I didn't do for the longest time. It's lovely, because I am not one to touch up my makeup a ton throughout the day, and this means that I really don't have to. So I use the Urban Decay All-Nighter. Yeah, the Urban Decay All-Nighter. This stuff is, okay, so I will say the nozzle on this, at least in mine, is powerful. So spray farther from your face than you would think, and then go closer if you need to. Woo. Well, there you have it. That is my everyday makeup routine. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I definitely switch up the products and try new things from time to time, but this is sort of on average what I do and the products and the kind of type of coverage I like just on a daily basis. If you enjoyed this video, I would love it if you would give it a thumbs up and definitely subscribe down below. I've got lots coming and I'm really excited to share them with you guys.